Good day, student. What we have today is finding the square of 2, 3, and 4-digit numbers by special methods. In this case, calculator is not allowed. No calculator. So how do we find this square root of 3, 2, and 4-digit numbers? For example, if you are asked to find the square root of 23, how do you do it very fast? Giving you this, you have square the first number, multiply it to the second, square the first number, square the last one. You have 409. Multiply the two, give us 6 times 20. You add, you have 925. So someone like this, we say, what is this guy doing? Another, if you are given the second one, 56 squared, how do I find the square root? Square the first one, square the second one, you give us 2000. 2536. Multiply the first by the second, will give us 30. Times it by 20, will give us 600. You sum, give us 6313. So someone will ask, what am I doing? Now, in order to find the square root of the square of 2, 3, or 4-digit numbers, we will use a special method to do that. We are to make use of special method to find the square of these numbers. Alright, let's go into the method we have. Calculating here. In order to find the square of numbers, whether 10th, that is 2 digits, whether 3 digits or 4 digits, we are to use this formula. We have 100a squared plus what 20ab plus what b squared. That is the formula you will use. In this case, when you apply this formula, in this case you have to use what? Use column or vertical addition to do what? To add up your result. So this is the formula we are to use. This formula, we are given a 2-digit number or 3-digit number. In this case, let's do one example. For example, if you are given 39 squared, 39 squared is the same as you are asked to find the square of this number. So you see these numbers variable a and b, you will read them as a unit. In this case, you square the first one using this formula. This is the same as squaring the first number, that will give us 3, give us 9. Square this number, give us 9, multiply it to 100. We have what? 900. The second thing has to do is multiply 20 times 3 times 9. That is 20 times 3 will give us what? Will give us 60. 60 times 9 will give us what? 540. The last step is square the last number, the unit. That is 9 squared will give us what? 81. So that is the method. You then add the result using column, as we have seen. So 0 plus 1 will give us 1. 4 plus 8 will give us 12. Carry 1. Put it here. 10 plus 5 will give us 15. That gives us that the square of 39 is equals to 1521. You can do this thing in less than 20 seconds. If you have been using this formula, practicing it all along, all you need to do is, you know that the first digit always multiply by 100, and b from 0 to 3. If you find the square, can only occupy the first unit of the 0. So from 4 and the 9, we occupy the second and the third, the first 0 and the second 0. So what am I saying? I'm saying that to do this immediately without wasting time, I square the first one. I know it's 900. I square the second one immediately off head. That means 900 plus 81. I do that immediately. That will give me 900 and what? 81. I already write one row. The next thing I have to do is 3 times 9 times 20. That will give me 540. I add it immediately, getting 1, 2, 15. So let's do more examples for you to see how easy this formula is. By the time we do up to 5 examples, you will flow up. It will be easy with this formula. That will help you find the square of numbers 10th digit, 2-digit number, 3-digit number, and 4-digit number with ease without a calculator. So another one is find the square root of 87. So in this case, square the first number, that gives us 64. Times it by 100, give us 6,400. Times 8 by 7. This times 7 will give us what? That will give us, if you times 8 by 7, we get 56. 56 times 20. Just write 0. Multiply 56 by 2. 6 times 2 will give us 12. I write 2 carry 1. 5 times 2 will give us 10. Plus 1 will give us what? 11. Square the last number, this unit, give us 49. You sum up. That gives us 9, 6, 5, 7. So the square root of 87 is equals to 7569. See how easy it is. So let's do another one. Find the square root of 54 using this formula. Square this number, square 5 will give us 25 times 100 will give us 2500. Multiply 5 by 4. If you multiply 5 by 4, will give us 20. 20 times 20 will give us 400. Square the last number will give us 16. You sum up. 006 will give us 6. 001 will give us 1. 5 plus 4 will give us 9. You write 2. So in this case, you have 2,916 is the square of 54. Have any question? The secret here is to square the first number, multiply it by 100, will give us 2,500. Multiply 5 by 4, give us 20. Times it by 20, will give us 400. Square the last one, give us 16. You sum up. So it is very easy. Now let's look at another example. Let's do what? Look at another example. The next example is 63 squared. How do we find 63 squared? Square the first one. Square the first one will give us 36 times 600 will give us 3,600. Multiply 3 by 6 times 3 will give us 18. 18 times 20 will give us 360. Is it not? 18 times 60 is the same. Write 0 times 18 by 2 will give us 36. Square this last number will give us 9. You sum up. This gives us 9, 6, 9, 3. So, you see how it is easy it is. Without a calculator, you can find the square root of 2-digit number with ease using this formula. Another one is find the square root of 47. Square this first one, square the second one immediately. This will give us 16,049. 16,049. Because I know 7, like I told you, from 1 to 3. For 0 to 3, only occupy the 0. Sorry, the first 0 of the when you multiply 100 by A. So, but this one is greater. From 4 to 9, we occupy the tenth and the unit. So you can write it immediately. Square the first one, square the second one, add them together. That gives us, square the first one, multiply it by 100, square the second one immediately, add them together. It gives 1649. Perform the second operation. 4 times 7 will give us 280. It gives us 28. 28 times 20. We write 0. Then 28 times 2 will give us 8 times 2 will give us 16. Carry 1. 2 times 2, 4. Plus 1, 5. So you see, only write 2 rows. Instead of 3 rows, you can only write 2 rows and add up, because you have already added the square of the two numbers. So have 9. Here you have 0. 2 carry 1. So you see, you can always perform the action. In this case, this is 2. So 9, 0 carry 1, put it here, will give us what? 12. Write 2 carry 1, 1 plus 1, 2. So the square of 47 is 2209. See how easy it is? Now see the secret here. I can clean here. For you to understand, you can only use 2 rows instead of 3. So what of 42? 42 squared. Square this first one, is it not 1600? Square the second one, which is for add it immediately to use 1604. Notice only occupy the unit, because this 2 is within this range. It will occupy the 2. 7 is the square root of 7 by adding it to this. Sorry, the square root of 4. Square root of 4 square times 100. We occupy the tenth and the unit. So because this is between this range 2, so it will be 1604. Then do the second operation. 4 times 2. So 4 times 2 will give us 8. 8 times 20 will give us what? 1060. You add up, have 1764. Very easy, very easy. In seconds. In seconds. You can do that in what? In seconds. So let's look at 3 digits. We have done 2 digits. Let's look at examples of 3 digits. I can clean here. Hope you have already memorized the formula. So let's look at the 3 digits. So 3 digits, square of 3 digits numbers. So from here, the first is we are given 2, 3, 4, 2. How do you find the square of this number? How do you find the square of this number using the method I have stated? In order to find the square of this number, you have to join 2, 3 as a unit, as a tenth. 2, 3, 4. Join this as a tenth. You have to bring them together, because of our formula is in this form. Is a formula of tenth, a unit and tenth, which is 100 a squared plus 20 ab plus what? B squared. So in order to use this formula, you have to join these two as a tenth. So in that case, you still have to use this formula. The first thing is to find the square of 23. The square of 23 using the same method. Square this first one, multiply it by 100, it gives us 400. Square the last one, you give us 9. You add it, it gives us 409. Then 2 times 3 will give us 6, times 20 will give us 120. We have 925. We have done that immediately. So once you have done that, you bring it here. You have 529 as the first squaring of this number. So remember, when you square it, you have already squared this number, which gives us this. This is just internal squaring. Remember, you are using it as a 2-digit. Once you have done that, you multiply it by 100. To do it is find the square of this, multiply by 100. So to find the square of this and multiply it by 100, as we have done in 2 digits, is do the internal, this one alone, doing it as a subset. You know that when you are finding it, you still have to multiply by 100 as a subset. So that's why you have square of this one, multiply by 100, give us 400. Square the last one immediately, give us 9, add it up, give us 409. Multiply 2 by 3, give us 6, times 20, give us 120. Add up. Remember that you already square this and multiply it by 100. Now you have 52900. The next thing is to multiply 23. The next step is multiply 23 by 4. That is 23 times 4 times 20. So 4 times 3 will give us 12. Write 2. Carry 1. 4 times 2 will give us 8 plus 1, 9 times 20. Is it not? So we have 0. 2 times 2 will give us 4. 2 times 9 will give us 18. So you bring it here. Always start from the back to write 84 04 81. So once you have done that, the lastly is square the last digit. You do what? You square the last digit. We are applying the formula, this formula, using what? This method. So square the last digit. 3 squared will give us what? 9. You add it here. So add up. That gives us 9, 4, 7, 4, 5. So in this case, the square of 243 is equals to 54749. That is the square of 243. I hope you understand it. Have any question? Now let's look at the next example. In this next example, you'll be able to understand what we are doing if you haven't understand it. So the next example, you are required to find the square of 379. You are required to find the square of 379. Example 2, find 379 squared. Now see the trick here. First, draw a line, write 20. Draw another line, write 10, and draw the final line. You see it? So you don't need to multiply to again. So join these two as what? As a tenth, because we are using a tenth formula, tenth and unit. The next thing is to find the square of 37 using that method you already learned. 3 squared will give us 9 times 100 will give us 900. 3 times 7 will give us what? 21. 21 times 20 will give us 420. Square the last one will give us 49. Add up. That gives us 9, 6, 13. Here write 9, 6, 3, 13. You don't need to multiply again for confusion. Next step is second step. Multiply 37 by 9. 37 by 9 times 2. 37 by 9 times 2. You can do that. That gives us 9 times 7 will give us 63. Multiply these two. 63, I write 3. I hope you are following. You bring this times 2. 9 times 7 will give us what? 63. I write 3, carry 6. 9 times 3 will give us 27 plus 6 will give us 33. So 2 times 3 will give us 6, 6, 6. I come here, I write 6, 6, 6. Lastly is to do what? Third step is to square the last number. 9 squared, and that gives us 81. So I come here and write 81. Then sum up your result. 001 068 will give us 14. I write 4 carry 1. Put it here. 10 plus 6 will give us 16. I write 6 carry 1. 12 plus 1 13. I write 3 carry 1. 3 plus 1 will give us 4. I bring 1 down. So it is now very easy. So the square root of 379 is equals to 143,649. You can perform this in less than 1 minute. The only job you have to do here is this second one. You already learned how to find the square of this, so it will be easy to do that. Only job you have to do is very careful. The second step, performing a multiplication operation on different numbers. The first step here is to write 2 zeros and put bracket and write line like this. Second step, write 1 0, write 1 line. Third one, no 0, because it will be 3 rows you will perform. In this operation, you square the first number. Whatever you get, you write it. Make sure that they are all in the same column. They are matched in the same column from where you started. The second step is 37 multiplying 9 multiplying the power. Whatever you write, you write it here. Make sure they are in the same column. Lastly, square the last number as you did to the first. You write it. Everything you have to do, start from the back so that they will match. Now let's look at another example for clarification. Have any question? I clean here. If you don't have any question, let's do another example. So the third example, you are given 598 squared. The first thing, like I said, is to draw a line and write 2 0. Write 1 0 here, draw another line until you get to the second 0, then draw the final line, because it is 3 operations you do. Join these two as a unit, as a tenth. As you have seen, it is tenth and unit. Find the square of the first one. First step, find the square of 59 squared. Using the method we have learned, square the first number times 600 give us 2500. 5 times 9 will give us 45, times 20 will give us 900. Then the next step is square the last number will give us 81. I sum up. So this give me 1, 8, 4 and 3. So once you get this, you write it here. This is where you write it. 1, 8, 4, 3. Then you have completed the first operation. The second step is to find the product of 59 times 8 times 2. So how do you do that? You can join these two and bring the product of 2 down. 8 times 9 will give us 72. Always start from the back. You write 2, carry 7. 8 times 5 will give us 40 plus 7 will give us 47. Then 2 times 2 will give us 4. 2 times 7 will give us 14. You write 4, carry 1. 2 times 4 will give us 8 plus 1, 9. So you have 944. You start from back to right. And the third step is the square of what? This number. 8 squared will give us what? 64. So you write 64 and sum up. 004 40 will give us 10. 46 will give us 10. You write 0, carry 1. 14 will give us 5 plus 1, 5, 6. So you carry 1 from here, so 1 plus 4 is 5 plus 1, 6. 8 plus 9 will give us 17. You write 7, carry 1. 4 plus 1 will give us 5. You bring 3 down. So that is it. You now have that. Therefore 598 squared is equals to 357,604. That is the square of the number. That is 357,604. Very easy. Now let's do another example. So let's do another example. In this case, this is example 4. You are given 479 squared. The first thing, like I say, is to draw a line, write 20. Draw another line, write 10. Draw the last line. So join these two as one. Find the square of 47 using the method we have learned. Square the first one times 600 will give us 1600. 4 times 7 will give us what? 28 times 20. 28 times 20 will give us 560. Square the last one will give us 49. Sum. This gives us 9, 0, 2, 2. Then you write it here, 9, 0, 2, 2. The second step is to do what? Find the product of the numbers and their power. The product of the numbers and the power, which is 47. 47 times 9 times 2. And that gives us what? That will give us what? You can multiply these two immediately, bringing 2 down. 9 times 7 will give us 63. I write 3, carry 6. 9 times 4 will give us 36. Plus 6 will give us 42. Then you perform the operation. 2 times 3 will give us 6. 2 times 2 will give us 4. 2 times 4 will give us 8. I come here and write it. 6, 4, 8. And the last operation is the square of 9. Squaring 9, we have 81. You come here and write 81. Then you sum up. 001, 068 will give us 14, carry 1. 14, carry 1, 9. Then 2, 2. So you see that the square of 479 is equals to 229,441. That is it. That gives us 229,441. Have any question? So you see how easy it is. This is how you can easily find the square of 3-digit number using the formula we stated you see in the board. Let's do as another example. So I clean it so you can memorize it. The fifth one, we have 855 squared. Like I say, once we arrive here, just draw a line, write 20. Draw another line, write 10, draw the last line. Join these two as a unit, as a tenth. First step is to find the square of 85 using the formula already stated. So in this formula, you square the first number, which is 64 times 100 will give us 6,400, times 8 by 5 will give us 40, 40 times 20 will give us 800. Square the last one, now add up, that gives us 5227. See how easy it is? You write it here, 5227. Then the next thing you have to do is to find the product of the number and their power. So we have 85 times 5 times 2. This is very easy. Here will give us 10. Multiply 10 by 85, you have 850. Write 850 here. And finally, find the square of 5, and that gives us 25. Here, write 25 here and sum up. This gives us 5,20137. So the square root of 8552 is equals to 731025. Have any question? You can as well use this formula, this line, drawing of a line, to find the square of this 85. Find the square of 2-digit number. You can use this drawing of a line. If you do not understand those 2-digit formula, you can still use line drawing to find the square of 2-digit number. Let's do it. So if you are required to find the square of 92 squared, draw a line, draw 20 here, draw another line, draw 10, draw another line. So see what I will do. First step is the same. Find the square of 9. The square of 9 is 81. You write 81 here. That is all. You don't need to multiply by 100 if you have already drawn the line. Second step is find the product. 9 times 8 times 2. 9 times 8 will give us 72 times 2 will give us 144. Come here and write 144. Lastly, find the square of 8. The square of 8 will give us 64. You write 64 here and sum up. That gives us 4. 4 plus 6 will give us 10. Carry 1. 5, 6, 8, 8, 9 plus 1, 10. So, sorry, this is give us 4, 0. Is it not? This will give us 0. Carry 1, you put that 1 here. That is 6. You write 6 down. 8 plus 1 will give us 9. So the square root of 9 8 squared is the same as 9604. So you can still use this line of method to solve it. You can still use it. Let's do one more example. So if you are given 74 squared, using the slide method, draw the line 0, 0, draw 0, draw another. So square the first one, that gives us 49. I write 49 here. Find their product. 7 times 4 times 2. This gives us 8. Or 28 times 2 will give us 56. You write 56 here. And lastly is 4 squared. Find the square of the last one, and that gives us 16. Write 16 here you sum 6, 7, 4, 5. So the square of 74 square is the same as 5476. Have any question? Do you have any question? Now we are done with the 3 and the 2-digit number. Let's look at 4-digit number. How we can apply this formula in finding 4-digit number. Let's clean here. Have any question? Let's use this formula to find the 4-digit number. I write the formula again. 100a squared plus 20ab plus b squared. So the first question here, first question is 3243 squared. This is a 4-digit number. So this is different from 2 or 3 digits. Divide it into 2. Instead of, because it is 4, instead of writing 2 as using this formula, you have to write 4 zeros, 0, 0, 0, 0. Put a dash for 4 digits. The second one will be 2 zeros. You put dash, and finally there is no dash. Using the formula. So first step, step 1 is to find the square of 32. How do you find the square of 32? So using the method you have learned, this method, square the first one, times it 100 will give us 900. 3 times 2 will give us 6, times 20 will give us 120. Square the last one will give us 4. You add up, this gives us 1024. You write it here, 4201. That is the first thing. Second step, is to find the product of these numbers. 32 times 43 times 2. So how do you do that? Here is where you will do some work. Multiply these two, you give us 64 times 43. In this case, you can use factor method of algebraic multiplication. Split these two numbers, that will be very easy to do. Split these two numbers, you give us 60 plus 4, 40 plus 3. Then multiply them and use vertical addition and add the result vertically. So 60 times 40 will give us 2400. 60 times 3 will give us 180. 4 times 40 will give us 160. 4 times 3 will give us 12. Very easy doing it this way. You add, this gives us 2. Here is 6. This will give us what? 14, 15. You write 5, carry 1. 6 plus 1, 7. Write 2. See how easy it is. So you bring it here, you write it 2, 5, 7, 2. The next thing you have to do is to step 3. The next thing is step 3. Step 3 is to square this last number. Third step, 43 squared, is the same method here. Square the first one, times it 100 will give us 16,600. 4 times 3 will give us 12. 12 times 20 will give us 240. Square the last one will give us 9. Add up. That gives us 9, 4, 8, 1. If you add it, we have the result will be 1,849. You write it here. 9481. That is all. Once you reach at this extent, the next thing is to add their results. Add their result. This thing you can do it in a minute, 1 minute, or even less. If you have been doing this assignment, solving it, you add this, give us 9, 4, 0, 7, 1, 5, 0, 1. Therefore, 3243 squared is the same as 10517049. That is it. 1,10,517,049. Any question? You see, if you are solving for 4 digits, you add 4 zeros, and the second line you add 2 zeros. If you are solving for 2 or 3 digits, as you join the first one, the first line will have 2 zeros, the second will have 1 zero, and the last will have no zero. But in this case, we are solving for 4 digits. As you have seen, the first line will have 4 zeros, second line will have 2 zeros, the last line will have no zero. Have any question before we go into second example? The second example is you are required to find the square of 7281. Alright, so in this case, the second one is 7281 squared. Then draw the line like I've said, 4 0. Draw the second one, 2 0, and last one line, no zero. Then join the two. Find the square of 82 using the method. Very easy. Square the first one will give us 4,900. 7 times 8 will give us what? Will give us 56. Is it not? 7 times 8 is equals to what? Will give us alright, sorry, you are using this method, don't need to multiply by 100. Sorry, if you are using, okay, yes, it's internal multiplication. It's internal multiplication. This is not 8, this is 2. So square the first one, you have 4,900. 7 times 2 will give us 14, times 20 will give us 280. Square the last one will give us 4. You add up, that gives us 4,815. That's 5,184. So you start from back to right. Be very careful when you are multiplying. Any mistake, the answer, you are done for it. So the second step is find the product of 7281 times 2. Find the product of this 3 number, these 2 numbers with their power. So in this case, multiply, also look for the one very easy, so you can, their multiplication will be very easy. 2 times 2 will give us 4. 2 times 7 will give us 14. Multiply 8 to 1. When using the algebraic factor method, always look for easy way so that you can do your multiplication very easy. In this case, we have 140 plus 4, multiplying 80 plus 1. So the next thing is to multiply out. 140 times 80, already we have 2 zeros. 8 times 14 will give us what? 8 times 4 will give us 32. I write 2 carry 3. 8 times 1 will give us 8, plus 3 will give us 11. Then 140 times 1 will give us 140. 4 times 8 will give us 32 and 0. 4 times 1 will give us 4. Then you sum. Bring down 4. You have 6. Here you have another 6. 1 1. So 11,664. You come up and write it. 11,664. 6 4 6 11 11. 11,664. So lastly is to find the square of 81. Square the first one will give us, since we are using the formula we have learned. So square the first one times 800 will give us 6,400. 8 times 1 will give us 8 times 20 will give us 160. Square the last one will give us 1. Add up. Add it up. You have 001 will give us 1. 06 will give us 6. 41 will give us 5 and 6. So you come here, write 1656. That is it. The next thing is to sum up your results. Sum up your results. So in this case, we have 001 will give us what? 001 will give us 1. 006 will give us 6. 45 will give us 9. 66 will give us 12 carry 1. 10 plus 1 11. 9 plus 1 10. Have 0 carry 1. 1 1 plus 1 3. So that is it. In that case, 7281 squared is equals to 5301 96 and the 1. So you see how easy it is. That will save you a lot of time in examination. Have any question? Can we do more one before we call it a day? Have any question? Alright, let's clean it and do one more example. Now you are required to find the square of 7389. Find the square of 7389. 7389. No calculator is allowed. The first thing you have to do, because it's a 4-digit, is to join them as 10th at the unit. Draw your line and write 4 zeros, because they are 4 digits. Draw the second wide and write 2 zeros, and lastly draw the last line. The first step is find the square of 73. Square the first one times 800 will give us 4,900. 7 times 3 will give us 21 times 20 give us 420. Square the last one will give us 9. Add it will give us 9235. You come here and write 9253. So the second step is to find the product of the 2 digits and then with their power. So second, we have 73 times 89 times 2. So multiply these two will give us 6. Into this will give us 14 times 89. So sprint it using algebraic factor method and multiply. So in this case, 140 times 80 will give us what? Write 20. 8 times 4 will give us 32. Write 2 carry 3. 8 times 1 will give us 8 plus 3 will give us 11. So 140 times 9, write 10 because there's 0. 9 times 4 will give us 36. Write 6 carry 3. 9 times 1 will give us 9 plus 3 will give us 12. So lastly, or second to the last. 6 times 80, write 10. 6 times 8 will give us what? 48. 6 times 9 will give us 54. Then sum up. You have 4. In this case, you have 14 plus 5 will give us 19. We write 9 carry 1. This will give us 8 plus 1, 9. This will give us 2, 1. Come here, write 4, 9, 9, 2, 1. Is it not? So lastly is to find the square of 89. 89 square. A square is 64 times 100 will give us 6,400. 8 times 9 will give us 72. 72 times 20 will give us 144. 1440. So 9 squared will give us what? 81. You add, have 1, 2, 9, 7. 7, 9, 2, 1. Write it 1, 2, 9, 7. That is all. The next thing is to sum your answer. Sum your results. So let's sum it. So in this case, you have 0, 0 plus 1 will give us what? This will give us 1, 2, this will give us 3, 7, 9, 5, 4, 5. 5, 4, 5, 9, 7, 3, 2, 1. Therefore, 7, 3, 8, 9 squared is equals to 5, 4, 5, 9, 7, 3, 2, 1. If you enjoy this lesson, do these ones for me. Do this. You have 79 squared, 43 squared, 512 squared, 674 squared, and then you have 4786 squared, and lastly you have 39. You can do as many as you want. That will enable you learn it very fast. So do these ones. You may bring it to here or our website for help. I hope you enjoy this lesson. Click the subscription button to encourage me. It's very free. It's free. And then like and share. Notification button. Whenever I have new update, you'll be the first person to receive it. Go to our website at www.mazadanews.com and register for classes as well. You can as well subscribe monthly. It's just a token price. See you in the next lesson. I hope you enjoy it. Bye for now.